Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Trippy Commentaries. Thanks for checking out the episode. I'm RJ. This one's going up on a Friday. I hope you had a good week. We're going to have a big weekend, including a live stream later on tonight. Make sure to sub if you are new and hit the notification bell with all notifications on. It'll let you know as soon as we go live. The new Red Dead Online update, Blood Money, is out now, so you can join us on both Xbox and PlayStation. Hopefully we'll see you later on. So today we're starting off not too far away from Blackwater. Did you know that the original Dutch van der Linde gang campsite is also not too far away from Blackwater? I'm going to show you the location in today's episode. You can find some pretty big clues in Arthur Morgan's journal. This was actually his second journal. The first one got destroyed in a fire, so he started up the second one right when they got to the Blackwater camp. I do want to give a shout out to a member of the Trippy fam, Carter. He's the one who found the campsite. He located it. He posted up a video that's getting a lot of attention. I think it has over 86,000 views. I'll put a link in the description. Make sure to stop by, give him a sub, show him love. I'm sure he'd really appreciate it. We'll also show off a clip from his video in today's episode as well. So here's the very first page in the journal. It goes past the events of the Red Dead Redemption 2 storyline all the way to Blackwater. So here's the first picture. Now the second picture is Arthur's view from the campsite. So because he's such a good artist, it really does give us a good image and lets us find exactly where that campsite is. So there's a couple more things I want to show you before looking at Carter's video. Here's a picture of Jenny. So if you cycle through to this page right here, this is important. Let's read it. It says, Blackwater has apparently grown a whole lot since any of them was last here. I was told to expect little more than a trading post, but the place is growing fast, and it's almost a small city. The town seems to be riddled with corruption, but there's certainly plenty of money here. Sounds like a good spot for Dutch. So this last paragraph is important. It says, it's good to be sleeping in a bed from time to time and living a more civilized life after so long under canvas. But I do not particularly like being this near to a town. So the campsite is very close to Blackwater. Now the next page is also pretty interesting. It says, we are living here, camping outside town mostly, hidden in plain sight. I guess life seems pretty easy. Interesting, right? So they're right outside the town, hidden in plain sight. Another big clue. Here, this last paragraph is sus as well. It says, the arguing is exhausting. I heard talk of a man sounded like Trelawney, but we haven't seen him for many months. I believe that Trelawney is another form of the strange man. So maybe they heard from the strange man right before the Blackwater massacre. It wouldn't surprise me if the strange man was behind that as well. So this pretty much tells us all we need to know. We will look at some more stuff from the early pages of Arthur's journal. But first, let's get Carter's take on where the campsite can be found.
So here we are. Again, map location is right here, just on this point across the river from Blackwater. The reason I think this is a Blackwater camp is, if we open up Arthur's journal here, there's this drawing right here that I believe is the view from said camp. But yeah, that's the building right there in the drawing, and then that's like the cliff that was also in the drawing. So this is why I believe it to be the camp. He also says something about like hiding in plain sight. And if you look at the map, like this is really close to Blackwater. Like anyone standing like on the dock or over here could see the gang's camp, I personally think, is a view from the camp. And remember, they were planning to rob a ferry boat. Look at that. It's right on the water, so like it'd be a perfect view for scouting out like a ferry boat. Like if you look at that, like look, just open up the binoculars, you can see that boat way out in the distance, like, and there's a dock, so like it'd be perfect for scouting out like a ferry robbery that they were planning.
He's exactly right. Here's the drawing, the cliff, the docks. It looks just like the view. They are one and the same. Much love again to Carter for figuring that out. There's even more proof in my profile. As you can see, some remains from the Dutch van der Linde camp right here. Some mushrooms. Not sure if that belongs to Pearson, maybe the Reverend. Some books right here. Most likely Dutch's books left over. So it's interesting, right? You still got some camp equipment right here. This is where the Dutch van der Linde gang overlooked Blackwater to try to plan out the ferry heist. That went completely wrong and led to the events of Red Dead Redemption 2 story in Coulter. Now there's a couple more things that I want to show you in the journal before we try to head into Blackwater. It is completely forbidden, but that hasn't stopped us before. We're going to scroll all the way to the first page. Doesn't this make you want a DLC? They could hook us up with the Blackwater camp, give us some missions right there in Blackwater with the entire gang leading to the Blackwater massacre. Now, I believe that that might be a part of Red Dead Redemption 3 if they make it another prequel. So the second page has the drawing of the view. That pretty much what proves it for us. Right here it says, I bought this new journal after the last one got destroyed in that fire all those months ago, whenever it was. Haven't written or drawn much in the past few months, but I was missing it more than I thought I would. Finally near a store, so here I am, I guess. Who writes down, I guess? After all that business up north with the fire, we spent a few months in the wilderness traveling down from the northern grizzlies. So this is when they first made it over to Blackwater. Now this one shows Jenny. It says, Jenny, a sweet young girl we met abandoned on the roadside, and Micah, an outlaw Dutch met in a bar someplace. Really, in a bar someplace? Dutch seems very taken with Micah, who is pretty hot-headed, argumentative, and full of himself. Hosea and I are less sure. Eventually we came out of the wilderness and now are holed up outside of Blackwater, although sometimes I stay in town, hunting for opportunity. So I think Arthur was at the hotel, somewhere you can stay as John in Red Dead Redemption 1. The next page shows the Capitol building here being built. It says, I might be onto something. We got plenty of money, and the trail we took was so torturous and slow, nobody could have followed us south and east or figured out where we were heading. We was thinking about going to California, but then Dutch and Hosea brought us down to Blackwater. So what's happening here is Arthur and Hosea are going to start scheming, planning out something right there in Blackwater, but instead, Dutch and I think Micah make another plan. That is what goes wrong. In fact, this picture right here does show the campsite. You really can't make too much out of it other than the trees, but you can see the cliff on the right. Again, that definitely proves that we have the right location. Micah and Dutch are planning to rob the ferry in town. They think it's laden with riches, cash coming in for the banks, coming in by boat. For once, I'm not getting involved in the job. Hosea and I are taken up with our business, which I believe could go very well. And Dutch seems confident that the group assembled, all will be okay. Man, it makes you think that Arthur would have been a better leader to the gang than Dutch. In fact, I think we all know that by now. We're going to head into Blackwater one last time as Arthur. It sounded like he was hanging out there, having a good time, staying at the hotel, maybe hooking up with some of the ladies in Blackwater. And now he can't even get close before everybody wants to shoot him. Huge shout out again to Carter for figuring out where the Blackwater campsite was. I knew it existed. I'd heard of the Blackwater camp. I didn't realize there was enough proof and enough clues to show us exactly where it's located. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to hit the like button. I'll catch you at the live stream later on tonight. And with that said, stay tuned. And as always, make sure to stay trippy, my friends. Y'all come back now, you hear?